Here I'm using water-soluble stabilizer, and it needs to be 2 layers, and it's a mesh, not the plastic. The plastic will perforate too badly and you will lose all your embroidery. And you want to make sure that it's hooped in there very tightly so the stitches don't pull the stabilizer from the hoop. The designs are off of a USB stick that I have downloaded off the internet. And I set it. Now I'm going back to add more. You can't tell it, but the patterns look like I'm not doing anything, but they're loading one on top of the other. So it just looks like a big mess in the center of the screen. Now I'm going to move them because I want a total of 6 patterns to fit in this hoop. This may take a little while for you to get them all set up, depending on how many you choose. But once you get them set up, you can do one right after the other of hooping them up and make as many of these as you want to fill a whole tree. Now you want to make sure they're far enough apart, because if they're too close, they may pull the stabilizer away from the other design. So you want to make sure that they're evenly spaced. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm going in and telling it all, each pattern that I want one color. And you can do this manually on most of your machines. Now I lowered the stitch speed down to 400 stitches per minute, because you should probably do that with most of your freestanding lace. There's a large amount of the stabilizer left over when you do this pattern like this, and I save all of my leftover stabilizer to use on future projects. You want to try to cut away as much as you can around each of the ornaments, because you're going to be putting this in water and you don't want to put all that stabilizer in the water. Now your water temperature should be on the warm side, a little bit hot, but easy to touch, because it's the hot water that really dissolves the stabilizer. And here you can see the stabilizer begin to disappear. And some people dry these on towels, but I prefer to dry them on the rack that I use for baking for cookies and pies. And I like it better because it has better airflow than a towel, and it dries quicker. Rinsing out your ornaments like this, there's a little bit of the stabilizer that gets left in the ornament, which makes them stiff and hard for you to hang them on the tree. I'm using regular ornament hooks, but you can just as well put ribbons through here and hang them on the tree.